Stock Car Spectacle. I'm Ian Jortson.
I'm Mike Gamble.
I'm Nick Hensel.
And I'm Dalton Busch.
All right. And we're going to Homestead Miami Speedway, guys. First off, we're going to be, well, actually, we got the Xfinity race first, but we're going to be covering the truck race right now. We got the Baptist Health 200. It's a 201-mile race. Stages 1 and 2 are 40 laps each, and this final stage is 54 laps for a total of 134 laps. Last year's winner was Austin Hill, and the most wins by an active driver is Kyle Busch, and Todd Bodine also has that with 2 wins as well. Some notables that are going into this race. We got Chase Elliott again entering into the 24 truck, and we got Kyle Busch entered as well. So that should be a fun battle with those guys again. Guys, who do you have to win the race? Dalton, let's start off with you. I can already tell who you're going to pick.
Rowdy! I mean, come on. Why can't you pick Rowdy in this one? It's going to be Chase Elliott versus Kyle Busch again. There's no doubt about it. But Kyle Busch, do not speed on.
I was about to say, I'll bet you $10 you lose it on pit road again.
Yeah, I'm getting sick and tired of that. There's no excuse for it. Kyle, slow the frig down, please. I'm tired.
He just wants to make it interesting. He just wants to make it interesting.
Well, it pisses me off.
All right.
$10 of speeds again.
No, I'm not. Well, yeah, you already win.
All right, guys. I'm going to pick somebody completely different. I'm going to go with the Truck Series regular. One guy who does really well here, coming off a win, actually, too. I'm going to go with Grant Enfinger. Like I said, really good at Martinsville. If there's somebody that can take it to the Cup guys this weekend, I think it's going to be old GE.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, I'm also going to go with the truck regular. And if you look at the last 10 races here at Homestead, the guy who scored the most points here is that 13 truck of Johnny Sauter. So Johnny's had an interesting past 2 years. It's just like the race winning speed hasn't really been there for him. I think his luck turns around this weekend, and I think Johnny Sauter goes to victory.
All right. I am also going to go with a Truck Series regular since they showed him up last week. I'm going to go with the 16 truck of Austin Hill. He won the race last year. I think he's going to do it again. So, I think there's going to be some problems for Kyle and Chase. I think I actually predicted that last week that they were going to have some problems, and it actually worked out. So, yeah, let's go Austin Hill.
Oh, it's all your fault now. I blame you.
All right. So let's get into the Xfinity races. Guys, we have 2 Xfinity Series races this weekend. We have the Hooters 250 on Saturday and the Contender Boats 250 on Sunday. They're both 250-mile races. Stages 1 and 2 are 45 laps each, and the final stage is 110 for a total of 200 laps. Last year's winner was Tyler Reddick. He won the year before as well. Notable in this race, we got Dale Earnhardt Jr. coming back into the 8 car. And the most wins by an active driver is Kyle Busch, Brad Keselowski, Tyler Reddick, and Matt Kenseth with 2 wins. So, guys, who do you have to win for the Hooters 250 on Saturday?
I have to go with the Junior Motorsports cars on this one. I'm rooting for the whole team. That would be Daniel Hemrick, Dale Earnhardt Jr., Justin Allgaier, and Noah Gragson. I think Junior Motorsports is on a roll this season. And I think and especially with Dale Jr. coming back, I really don't see why you would rule him out as a favorite. But I don't know. If I had to pick one Junior Motorsports car, I'm going to go with Nick's boy, Daniel Hemrick. I feel like he's a top contender.
Dale's in the race on Saturday, and Daniel's on Sunday. So who's your Saturday pick?
That was confusing. I'm sorry. Okay, well, I'll pick for Dale Earnhardt Jr. on Saturday, and I'll go Dale Hemrick on Sunday. How about that?
All right. 8 car the whole weekend. I like it.
Yeah, I like it. So on Saturday, boys, I'm going to go ahead and do it for Dale. We're going to put that 8 in victory lane. Every time Dale runs the Xfinity races, he looks awesome. It was a couple years ago at Richmond, man, he was dangerously close to winning. He had one of the fastest cars all night. Until things kind of went away from him. But I think it's about time to get him done. I think it would be awesome for that NASCAR to have old Dale back in victory lane. So I'm going to take him in the first race. In the second race, I'm going to take the 98 of Chase Briscoe. Chase Briscoe, another one, Martinsville is a really good track for him. I think outside of the junior motorsports, he's really good. That's my pick.
All right.
So for my Saturday pick, I don't think how we can go against the 98. I'm picking Chase Briscoe on Saturday because that dude running the high line is just ridiculous. Like, he's so good up there. I think this track plays right into his favor. And then for Highline plays right into his favor. I got to go with the 9 and Noah Gregson on this one. This is another track that plays well into his favor. So I look for Briscoe and Gregson to take the checker flags on Saturday and Sunday.
All right. So for the Saturday race, I'm gonna have to go with the 9 of Noah Gregson to get it done at Homestead. We've seen him. He can run that. He can run that high line up there. He can run that Larson line. So he has probably tested there the most out of any Xfinity Series driver. So I'm looking for the 9 to go to victory lane for the 3rd time this season. And then on Sunday, Nick, I feel like I'm kind of flip-flopping your answers. I'm going with Chase Briscoe on Sunday.
Although the two best guys out there. Another notable will be Justin Allgaier. In the last 10 races, he scored the 2nd most points there. So I look for the 7 car to be fast as well.
Yeah.
Justin Allgaier is the Ryan Blaney of the Xfinity Series. Great driver, bad luck.
Ironically enough, I'm fans of both of them. So
It's your fault, bud.
Yeah, like I said last night, you got to just start wearing some Kyle Busch gear, man.
Yeah. Well, hey, Ryan Blaney turned it around, though, yesterday. So the curse of Mike was off yesterday.
Dude, if there was a caution, holy crap, I think Blaney would have had him.
I do, too. I think he would have got him, and I think Bubba would have got his top 10. But we're off to Homestead, so I think both of them turn around and do well this week there. So
there we go. All right, so let's go into the Cup Series race at Homestead. We got the Dixie Vodka 400-mile race. Stages 1 and 2 are 80 laps each, and the final stage is 107 for a total of 267 laps. Last year's winner was Kyle Busch when he won the championship. There you go. Most wins by an active driver is Denny Hamlin and Kyle Busch with 2 wins. So, guys, who do you have to win on Sunday for the Cup Series race?
All right, I'm going to start here. No one knows, nobody understands how different this race is going to be than previous Homestead races. Because remember, this is not a championship weekend. This is a normal race weekend right now. And the past years at Homestead, you know someone in the Final Four is going to win the Homestead. But now, you see, here's the thing about Homestead. It's like nobody dominates there. Like, that's nobody's hometown track. Like, this is really going to be tough to predict because, I mean, like I said, you don't know who's going to dominate. There's nobody that's really good at this track. So it's going to be pretty interesting to see. But, you know, I'm going to go underdog here. I am going to pick Tyler Reddick, and here's why. Tyler Reddick, you remember he's the previous champion in the Xfinity Series last season, and didn't he win 2018 as well?
He did.
Okay. Time champ back to back.
Well, I mean, I really don't see why I can't let him go on this one. I mean, I got to go with Tyler Reddick. I think he knows how to get around Homestead. I think he'll be an underdog pick. So just go ahead and give me the 8 car.
All right.
All right, guys. I'm going to go with the number 1 of Kurt Busch. Kurt Busch has some pretty sick stats here if you look him up. 19 races. He's got a win, 4 top 5s, and 7 top 10s. He's run really well so far this year in that one car. The Chevys are looking like the dominant manufacturer in a lot of the mile and a half so far this year. I'm going to go ahead and take KB1 and Rowdy's big brother.
All right.
Dalton, you're going to love me for this one, buddy. This is going to be the best pick. If you look at his numbers here, in the last 10 races at Homestead, Joey Logano has scored the 2nd most points here. In 11 starts, he has 1 win, 4 top 5 finishes, and 6 top 10 finishes. It's just really hard to go against him. When we go to Homestead, Joey Logano is really good here. So car number 22 gets it done on Sunday.
I'm so disappointed in you, Nick. This is why I don't watch your show.
Oh,
I'll remember that when I send out invites the next time, bud.
Oh.
All right, guys. So for my pick, I'm going to have to go with you, Dalton. I'm going to go with an underdog. I'm going to go with the 20 car of Eric Jones. I think He finished third here last season, and I think he's finally going to find that speed. I think Joe Gibbs is going to have a good day at Homestead Miami. So yeah, look for that 20 car in victory lane.
I don't know if I'm ready to pick a Joe Gibbs racing car yet. I just don't. Well, I mean, Kyle Busch did say back in Atlanta that Homestead Miami is a track that Joe Gibbs does run good at, just like Atlanta. So I mean, I don't know, but the Joe Gibbs racing team is just so disappointing this year. It feels like 2014, baby, all over again. Well, I mean, not a bad pick, but like I said, we don't know who's gonna dominate this race, especially with no practice. I mean, because like I said, this is going to be a different Homestead race than years past when it was just a championship. I mean, you just knew a championship contender was going to win this race. So I'm actually really excited. It's going to be really interesting to see.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty solid segue into like what to watch for in this race. And Dalton, like you said, my biggest key to see what happens, especially with the Xfinity cars too, because of how difficult those are to drive. No practice, and this is a racetrack you gotta rip the fence to be fast at. The outside line there, right up against the fence, is the preferred line around the racetrack that if you can drive it, you will have speed. Are guys gonna be able to do that having not practiced? Are you gonna be willing to do that without having the time to really figure out how to drive it up there? I think your veterans that that have been there before and done it, or your guys that have a lot of experience there. I mean, even a guy like Noah Gragson, who maybe doesn't have tons and tons and tons of Xfinity races under his belt at Homestead, he's always practicing there in iRacing. I mean, you follow him on his socials, Ian. You know how much he's putting in time at Homestead and ripping the fence there. So I think the guys like him and Briscoe are going to be at a big advantage. And I think the guys that we traditionally see in the championship 4 on Sunday are going to be at a big advantage because they know what it takes to get it done there. So, yeah, a lot of cool things, a lot of cool dynamics to play off of here at Homestead. I think it's going to be an exciting race, but it's going to be really weird to see it as a race not on championship weekend for a change.
It's going to be run in the afternoon. I don't think this is going to end under the lights. This is just going to be just like a normal Sunday day.
No, it starts at 3:30 Eastern, so it might end with the sundown if there's a couple red flags or anything. But yeah, it's definitely going to be different having this race in the middle of the season because we're. Ever since we've been watching, we've had it at Homestead, for most of us, and it's just crazy. It's just weird to see the season going to be ending at Phoenix.
Well, you know who I would have picked for this race? Kyle Larson.
Oh.
Yeah, you can still pick that 42 if you want. Yep. All right, guys. So I think that'll do it for our preview show. You guys got anything else to add before we go to Homestead?
Go Kyle Busch.
All right, guys. So for the Stock Car Spectacle, I'm Ian Jortson.
I'm Mike Gamble.
I'm Nick Kinsel.
I'm Don Ratty Busch, and I hate Joey Logano.
Make sure to follow our buddy Dalton on Twitter and Instagram. Make sure to follow our good buddy Patrick Cotto on Twitter and Instagram as well with the Cotto's Mojo podcast. You can follow us on Twitter and Instagram. You can find our podcast platforms on Spotify, Anchor, all over the place. We're on Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts. So, guys, thanks for watching. Enjoy the races at Homestead.